going to just do a little bit of grooming. Oh, we are starting to enter into a routine of soaking at various speeds. And I'm just trying to let my little girl heart join in, who wants to be with horses and just ride bareback and bridleless through the wilderness. This is what we've got to work with. It's pretty lovely. Yeah. I'm just trying to remember that the sensations of brushing, the physical sensations that I have, are lovely. And then below that, my sense of what this is doing, where we're going, kind of the goal direction part of it, which is, it's working slowly. And so I've got plans, and I've got language building, and I have this sense of increasing confidence on both our parts. And that's usually as far as I go, but now I'm trying to bring in my tender, oh so idealistic heart into this. And what's really changed for me in the last 48 hours is this idea that her contributions, which are what I would consider immature and childlike and unrealistic and far too, ridiculous for words, they aren't meant to be taken literally. Just like so many really epic pieces of literature or poetry or big swaths of the Bible, there's truth, but it's not in the sciencey details. It's not the factual truth. It's something underneath this right here. I don't know if you can see, but this connection we have, where she's giving herself trustingly to me, and just enjoying the togetherness of this, and to reduce it to a simple sensory bath is fine. It's nice. This is really a lot of really beautiful sensations. Underneath that, the feeling of something working out that I wanted to have happen, the cause and effect of it all, the training, the fact that there's so many things that we've worked through, giving me a feeling of mastery, success, general, I did it in the world, which is really not nothing. It's not nothing, because there's been a lot of problem solving along the way, and that is layered on top of all the problems I've solved with all my horses before. Where did that nice brush go? But underneath is caramel, right? It's the magic in the room. And that I feel in her, ability to just leave her herd and come willingly into mine the fact that she's here and not worrying about the windy day, that she's not tied. She's just never been tied, actually. She's just ground tied or fence tied. And you know, all of that is it's a lot. It's good stuff. And so the soaking today is feeling all the way down, feeling that. Even if we do nothing else today, like, isn't this lovely, right? And it's such a privilege of connection. Thank you. Yeah, everything's getting so much easier, better, calmer, safer. Yeah, and so I'm just bringing you along on a perfect day where I am trying to bring my heart along with this, and I'm just going to I'm going to saddle her up on video and see how that goes. There. Good girl. That's a girl. So yeah, we've learned to do this probably 3 times. I've saddled her, and she's been fine with it. And then she got to worry. We had to start over. And then she was good. And then she had to worry. And then we had to start over. And now I feel like we've gone through a lot of her worries. Still could happen again, but I do feel like this is a very, you know, she's not dissociating. It's her knowing what's happening and consenting to it. And in fact, actually trying to cooperate. Walk on. So we've come a long way since I think I last showed you. She kind of knows what we're about. And we've been working on all 3 gates, going up, coming down, both directions, staying in position. And what I'm working on is how to grade my use of my energy. So she's very much asking, are we doing this? And I'm using like half. I don't know what the measurement unit is. Half a point, half a tick of drive energy, because I've given her the cue. And so now I want to do actually no drive energy and ask her to just stay responsible for walking in the circle. But if she stops, I will pulse. But I'm going to let her like choose. Like it's a back and forth with a slight delay, which is trying to get away from my tendency to nag. So I'm really trying to soak with her at a walk. So she's walking, I'm here. I'm just holding my center and I'm saying, nope, walk, be relaxed. This is fun. If it's not fun, it's at least calm. And I'm not so much watching her behavior as her holding tension, her ears, her eyes, her lips. Right now she's grouchy. She's like petulant. She's kind of like walking as slow as possible. And I just want her to let that work that out. Like the movement itself is going to help her get in a better mood, as well as like the more times I pulse drive, the more pressure I'm giving her. And so I just want her to relax and soak with me. Yeah, there we go. And there, now we're starting to think again. It's just so much about choice, state, comprehension. I know she comprehends. Balance, center, like her center. I don't want her leaning on my center. I don't want her leaning on my drive energy. I want her to create her own impulsion because I asked. And so I'm really, really trying to keep myself very much here and letting her do her own, yeah. And just even that, I dropped back a little bit. And that's what I wanted you to see. She's so sensitive to how much, and we're just like microdrops here, like how much drive is necessary, and do I mean it, and when can she stop? I want her to wait till I actually reverse the polarity, reverse the energy flow. I'm going to do that right now. Draw, and that gives her a break. And I'm not sure if you can see her. That's unfortunate. So I'm going to give her a little break, but then we're going to go the other direction. And again, this lets me know her mood because she's going against, there we go, against the cue, kind of in a little bit of an obstinate frame of mind. So in my mind, I can use a lot of force, escalate the situation a little bit, and have fewer questions. That's a very good option. Or I can keep things as mellow as they are right now and have her figure it out with very quiet questions and answers that aren't perceived as even punitive at all. And you know, when you think of a child in a grocery store with their parent, I want to be the one who's basically just looking at the child, not, and communicating that way, not having to yell, certainly not having to grab. So I think that was her choice. But what is interesting is that she's trying to grade her response to this very minimal energy I'm giving out. So it's I want her to get it. I want you to move just fast enough that you're not eating, but like that. And I want you to stay on the perimeter. So I'm actually going to correct that. But I don't need you to trot. I'm not actually asking for that. So she's coming in a little bit, and I think, yeah, I think she's starting to just kind of like want to stop this like very, very low key argument we're having. So again, I'm trying to bring the drive energy right down. See how she feels about that. Yeah, and that was a question. Like, nope. But I only brought it up like half a click. Coming in again, a little bit close. I want you to stay in your lane. Thank you. We're together. I'm very focused, but I'm very focused on my location, my cues, her questions. I'm trying to be as attentive as I can to the softest. Yeah, like she would like to stop. And I would like to stop too, but I would like you to first walk around in a relaxed manner. Okay, I'm going to drop my drive again because it's too much. And this is the problem, is she needs the drive to stay in her lane. No, no. And that's, you know, a sensation of her leaning on me. I feel like she's leaning into my space, wanting me to do the work. She's heavy. I don't want her to lean on me. You do it. You're perfectly capable of walking in a circle. There we go. There. Her neck is finally coming down. She's walking the perimeter. She's not trying to eat. She's not trying to come in. I'm going to lean back again. See what you do. Came in a little bit, but not as much. I'll take it. Wasn't perfect, but you know, it was way better. That was really nice. That was really nice. Yeah. Yeah. I'm also working on her attention span, right? And mine. So doing the same thing for a long time is hard for any young animal, and it's hard for me. So I think I'll wrap this up for today.